So, you wanna mod and play something else than a game that you can't even look at anymore. Introducing Slav Simulator 2000. I mean, of course, S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Well, you'll look that game up in Steam right now and you'll see it looks like it came straight out of Grandpa's dustbin, right? Fear not, there's a version out there that doesn't look like it's from 2 decades ago. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. The 4th installment of the S.T.A.L.K.E.R franchise. Now, let's have a look at it. Coming soon? Oh, and look at the price tag! Oh!
Why? 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 Why, oh God fucking what?
Fear not, brother. This isn't the game that I was talking about either. What I am talking about is S.T.A.L.K.E.R Anomaly. Well, perhaps you've seen it. Maybe in a dream. But what's most important is that the game is Call of Pripyat, reworked by the Wait, hold on. This is Operator Drewski's video. This is not a fucking Google. What Google? This is not a music video. Who? What the no? No, this is not a fucking music video. What the fuck? Okay, let's Google fix your shite. Now, S.T.A.L.K.E.R Anomaly, right? So this is basically Call of Pripyat. We work by the ModDDB modding community. And it is for free. Now that I got your attention, here's my tutorial on how to download, install, and mod the game. First off, if you go to the page, you'll realize that ModDDB is a pain in the ass to navigate for people who don't even go there often. Even for people who are part of the ModDDB community, and the developers know this. So if you look here at the page of the standalone mod, it looks itself more user-friendly than the rest of ModDDB. Funny, right? So you scroll basically down, hit that download button, get redirected to the actual ModDDB page for some reason. Now, then you hit the download now button again. Yeah, bear with me, this looks a bit sketchy, I know, but you click on it, on that download button. And then you start to call your boss because you ain't going to work for the next 6 months or so. I tell you what. So, after you downloaded it, I recommend that during long downloads on ModDDB, always read the mod's description page. Make a folder named Anomaly wherever you want the game installed. Yes, there's some proper old school install instructions. Now if you... Huh? What do you mean you can't open the file? You got no 7-zip? What? You go download 7-zip right now, I'm gonna whoop your ass because unlike some greedy cunts of Adventurer, they don't want your money for the same fucking bullshit. Well, now that you got 7-zip installed, and use its file manager, by the way, if Windows is stupid again, it's the FM file inside your 7-zip install location that you want to open zip files with. You go and extract the contents of this file to wherever you put your anomaly folder. Now let me tune you in on a little secret. If you want to extract something into a folder that doesn't exist, simply go to the location, select it, and in the text bar add \, and then without any spaces, the name of the folder you want to create. 7-zip does that for you because 7-zip devs care for you. Now that we have the game installed, we could immediately play. But you're not here to play vanilla, are you? You're here because you want to run your game on 200 mods plus. Before you even modify your mum's arse in this game, you need a piece of software that enables these mods. Thankfully, there's a mod enabler from the times when the Nexus mod manager was still shite, and wasn't called Vortex, where you had a lot more overview of your mods than with the manual dirty and drag and drop method. Ugh, disgusting times. Anyway, the enabler I'm talking about is Mod Organizer 2, and boy oh boy is this thing useful. And I know some veterans will say, but we have the generic mod enabler, JSGME, why do we need Mod Organizer? Well, even though JSGME did its job well for a while, and I cannot blame anyone who experienced enough who will use this software, for people who have no fucking idea what they're doing, Mod Organizer is definitely the better answer, as it delivers much more visual insight on conflicts and the like. But for now, let's install Mod Organizer, shall we? Simply put, don't use the Nexus link. Use the GitHub link. Scroll in, download the .exe, run the installer, rush through it, and BAM! Setting up a Mod Organizer 2 for S.T.A.L.K.E.R anomaly is easier than punching a baby. No, really. You make a portable instance, choose your anomaly folder as the directive, and just click next until your Mod Organizer says, "Hello!" and bright icon, sir. Now, non-icons mode is being established by going into the options, then click on theme, and then just go for anything that sounds okay, like Paper Dark. Much better, innit? So, modding. You can't mod without mods, right? Let's go over to the essentials. Now, you basically need to go directly there, where you have that thing, because otherwise you go on the normal ModDDB page, which looks like shite. So you go into the S.T.A.L.K.E.R anomaly ModDDB page. Always make sure you're there. If not, it will look shite. Anyway, you're here, and you will see a couple of the newest mods if you go into the add-ons. Now, essentials. AMCM, Anomalies Mod Configuration Menu. You probably have an idea of this kind of like from Skyrim, and I have no idea why anyone would not want to have this. If you have mods, some of them will have some settings that can easily be changed here. Or better said, having AMCM installed or not is like asking the question, do I want to do configuration via the configuration files of the mods by hand and outside the game, or do I want to do that on the fly? Your question to ask yourself, mate, not mine. Then we have something that is called differential LTX loading, or better said, DLTX. Now, Merely Mez is a mastermind. They solve the issue of rising flood levels of toxicity so we all don't drown in a massive digital global warming catastrophe. DLTX essentially makes it so that many mods don't have conflicts that lead to crashes. Of course, this doesn't protect you from crashing, but it certainly will do a lot against it. It's like a condom, just for your anomaly, and against random crashes. Not sure if you can blow up DLTX and make funny balloons of it. Oh, well. Now that we got the essentials out of the side, let me actually show you one of my mods that I'm basically uploading. It's one of the easier ones that you can install. It's a reshape preset, and I'm working on it. I'll bet, it's pretty lightweight. So you just go there, you install, you download it basically. This is one of the things, reshape presets, which I want to go over. They are being installed a bit differently, just like DLTX. But we'll get there. Now, let's get some example mods. Say I want to have better animations, and for that I type animations and find nothing. Yes, this is where ModDDB comes into place, and I honestly think we should transition over to a page like Nexus, and not to feed commercialism, but honestly, finding shit here is weird. Animations are part of the models category, yet if we even look for that something on there, it seems like there's no proper overhaul, right? Well, that is because it's sorted by date added and not relevancy. Now, relevancy somehow doesn't work either, so we gotta go by popularity. Popular old times gives us information of what's good in this neighborhood. Now we see two mods here. We see boomsticks and sharpsticks on blind sides. which are basically the ones that I use as well. Well, we see there's an example video, an anomaly reanimation pack alone, and we see it looks already a lot better than what we can see from the base game. Okay, cool. There's some latest updates, there's like what's gonna be planned, what's already in there, compatibility patches, if you run anything with it, and stuff like that. You read all of that, you okay, hit on download now, and boom, back to Mod Organizer 2. Now here it's pretty simple, you right click and you install a mod. You go into your download folder, you select the archive, and yeah, boom, okay, it's easy as that. You can just enable it, then there it is, it's enabled. Now you can install another mod, and you see, you click here and oh, this looks a bit different now, doesn't it? Well, it doesn't recognize this file thing. Well, it might be because, there's the folder. So let's right click that folder and select that as anomaly. Oh, okay. Now simply put, it is basically a bin folder. Anomaly mods always have the game data folder. So in this case, we'll take a look on the readme file and see, we have some installed instructions. Now, simply said, this installs a bit differently than to the rest of that. So let's take a look on the other ones. And you have DLTX, and we also have a readme file, we also have install instructions. They work differently than Mod Organizer 2. That is why I'm saying always read the install instructions on your mods. It is a lot of work, but you get used to it. Now, Blindside's animation pack basically just works like this. We have some optional files that we definitely don't need if we don't have any patches, and a game data folder. We just install it and boom. Boomsticks and chopsticks on the other hand. Let me see, I've installed it much bit earlier. Here we go. So we have a lot of, extra files here. So what of these are there? As JSGME we don't even need, because that's an mod enabler we are using Mod Organizer. There's some patches here on some other stuff. We don't need that at the moment. We just want the base one. So we click on that and, here we go. Now, this takes a while to do the things. Meanwhile, we can install the other mods. Now, when you open your anomaly folder, you go into downloads, you go and take a look on, okay, we have the shader pack. And we just completely copy this stuff into the bin folder. The bin folder into the bin folder, we just copy that. Right, here we go. In our root folder. We like Control V, Control C, and Control V. That works best. You can also use drag and drop. Whatever you want. DLTX, same story, different name. And now it's skip folder. My goodness me. Replace them. Yes. Because this one basically does some stuff. We have some example mods here. It is not important. We have some example mods ourselves. And some tools, which is more important just for modders. We, right now, are more the players. We don't need to worry about this. It is simply just doing some stuff for us in the background. Now, we can already start the game like is, but we don't really need to. And this one takes a bit of a time here. Meanwhile, we can take a look here in the launcher. We have the graphics settings. We can change them to whatever we want. We have all of the different DirectX versions we can run it on. Compatibility mode, debug mode, which is just simply God mode or stuff like that, console commands and stuff like that. We have some stuff that we don't really need unless we're told to, like prefetch sounds and, I'm just saying, like, if there's any mod that says, if you're installing it, you really need to use this, then you click on it and use it. Usually you can just run this as is without an issue, but if you should stumble upon any issues, there's always the option to enable and play around with this. Now, we basically have also the option here in the bin folder to directly start it like that. You can go into the properties, go into compatibility, and disable the full screen optimization, which will which will work and help us through bugs that basically appear through Windows every now and then. It's just like something to generally say, okay, here we go. DX11 with the AVX enabled. This is the version that I run the most, because why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't you? There's no entire reason for it. You just so choose it, and then you click run, and then it takes a while. Generally, you want to always run it over the mod organizer, because this is the thing is basically mod organizer injects those mods. If you would run Anomaly without mod organizer, I seem to have done something in my shaders pack. I have to fix that. By the time the video is out, you won't have to worry about a thing. Well, that's good information for me, however. Now, you go in here, you have different things. You have, like, you can go easy, medium, and hard. You have tourist, scavenge, and survivalist, which are the progression difficulties. You have story mode, you have accessible zone, you have a story mode which is not compatible with Azazel and survival mode. Azazel and survival mode work together, but survival mode and warfare mode don't. You have the Iron Man mode, and you have also other modes. So essentially what they do is Azazel mode, every time you die you spawn as another character, you take control of another character. Survival mode is basically zombie mode, and warfare is, warfare. Pretty self-explanatory. You have the campfire saves, which works basically like the bonfires in Dark Souls. You have the agony mode, which allows you only to save at a certain time, or when you're not injured. You can even choose the time. You can choose in Iron Man mode how many starter lives you have. If you generate any lives in which period, you can choose your loadout here, depending on the points, depending on your progression difficulty, and then basically start the game. There's a lot of things that you choose here, that you can choose here, that you can't do in the original games. So having a lot of options with starting out is already something very, very cool in this mod, or in this game generally. Now, once you start to load in the very first time, that may or may not take a while, completely up to your mod loader, or mod load order basically said, or the amount of mods you have. For me, it never changed that much, because, I'm run like, I don't know, almost 60 to 100 mods at this point, and like the loading times don't really differentiate for me that much. Though, as said, with things like a load order, this is actually one of the more difficult things that comes by experience, where it's totally okay if you ask like some Anomaly streamers for help, or like communities. You can see here, we're in here already, we have some stuff here, some animations to put stuff on, but you know what, let me just disable them and click clock, and here we go. Now we can already see it looks a bit more different than to the normal Anomaly, and hey, I have some different animations for my pistol. Alright, that's okay. Let's go out. My shaders don't work at the moment, but I'll definitely record a sample of. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. This is missing texture. Why is this missing textures? Now this is good, because basically this allows me to explain you a little bit about debugging. Debugging is an essential part of the game, and like an essential part of modding the game, and it's pretty easy. Now normally when you have the debug thing, or need to debug, you run into some issues. And the game crashes, and this way you can basically figure out in the logs what happened. Now I have run into something that is basically missing inside of the game. So how do we fix that? Well, you open up your Anomaly folder, you open up the launcher, and you go and verify the save. Verify the installation, and it will basically go through all of the files and check it. And meanwhile, we may as well check on this MO here. You can, like a mod organizer, and check actually something. You can check the conflicts here and see directly what conflicts. With a generic mod enabler, you can't really do that. It will tell you that it overrides something, but it won't say what it conflicts with. And you can basically go after that from the log files, and you can easier manage your mods, to be quite honest. Now, if you need to do a patch, there's something called win merge, but I would go into this into deeper detail with this into in another video, and we see here we basically have an issue that our DX files, our starter files, basically are a bit fudged up for a moment. Now this is what basically DLTX changes, but maybe from earlier where I did the skipping thingy, that was a mistake and some files got corrupted. So how to fix that? Simply put, we are just going to copy and paste, or just drag and drop all the shit that we have from the DLTX mod over there again, because I actually think that there's a little bit of an issue that has been happening here. So we just drag and drop this, replace all the files, wait now for real that all of this went through, and here we go. Now it should be fixed. Let me actually fast forward in the video a bit, so also go to the point to show off my shaders here, so you don't feel a bit left out. No, really, when I made this video, I've been realizing something. It basically was the issue that I had fucked up the file structure and of my own mod, and basically fixed that a bit. It's just some of the resources were missing and stuff like that. It is simple things like this that are learning experiences which help you build your mods in Anomaly. If you're a modder yourself or want to make mods for Anomaly, I'll definitely will put out another tutorial video if you ask me for it. I am not an experienced modder myself, but I think, and I'm pretty sure about this, with the help of other modders of the ModDDB community, I can definitely whip you something up. Now, in this run now, we have definitely fixed the shader issue. I can tell, because I don't already get an error message. Which is good. It is good. You always know when your shaders are loaded, of reshade shaders, if you get that wonderful bar on the top there and it doesn't say anything with a red and says, I have issues, or blah blah blah. If you press pause 1 or home on your keyboard, you can basically also then adjust these shaders. So you're not necessarily limited to my shader preset. You can do whatever. This is a free world. If you want to have some other presets though, I can always make some. I am personally a person that likes a bit more of a higher contrast. Now, basically, this is technically it. This is how you mod S.T.A.L.K.E.R. It is not that much of a witchcraft, it is pretty simple. The witchcraft in itself lies in ModDDB, because navigating that page is a pain in the ass, and oh well, I am longing for the days to see a rework on the ModDDB page, just on the general design of it, so we can have an easier way of looking up some mods. But until that day comes, we have to deal with it as it is right now. Now, basically, once we've gotten more people into this modding community, which I hope this video helps establishing it to, we should probably also have more modders and therefore more mods, and also more work put behind all of this. This is one of the things that I wish for the future of the ModDDB community, because I love this game a lot. A lot of people who are on ModDDB love this game a lot, and I can only wish for more people being involved in this. This is fun, and I can see this runs more stable than Skyrim. As it is not the first time that I've been just saying this myself, or that I've been hearing this from other people that had issues with modding Skyrim, and I didn't have that many issues with modding Skyrim. But it's like a very impressive work to get 100 to 200 mods working in Skyrim. While here in S.T.A.L.K.E.R, it is pretty much, it's pretty much just business as usual. It's simple. It's rather simple. So once you get involved into this, or get more involved into this, I'm sure we can definitely let this community grow, and always make sure you use DLTX because the more people start using the LTX, the less issues we have with compatibility, which is a pain in the ass to deal with. Anyway, as said, I'm gonna make more videos about this. If you wish so, let me know in the comments below. I don't want to say it like this, but you know, like and subscribe. I'm a poor man. I don't get any payments off of this. But for now, let's end the video with me saying goodbye and welcome to the zone, Stalker.